Is this you? Seriously, is it you? The whole, like, best thing you can do is look on your phone, flip the camera around to look at you, and are you frowning? Is your head down? I mean, yeah, basically. We're all doing it. I don't do it as much as you, but I still find I can still catch myself doing it, especially if I'm like concentrating. Not so much when I'm texting, but like when I'm concentrating, reading something, I can check my phone and flip the camera and be like, ooh. So we want to avoid this. We're all going to end up with eyesight problems, I predict, and neck problems linked to mobile devices. So the way that we recover from this is we need to change the stimulus. Basically, this is like a small drug in your hand. Like, it's so entertaining and engaging that the minute we're locked in, it's pretty much impossible to resist it. So what we have to do is we have to give ourselves a new setup. So the way I do this is I have trained myself now to kind of lay my phone in my hand, as opposed to like clinging on with the digits and getting all that tension all the way up my arms, in my shoulders, in my jaw, that comes from the way I used to do it on a BlackBerry. So what you can do is start off by making it super comfy for yourself, and this will start to train your brain that things don't have to be so hard. So let's get, while we're in pillow jungle, let's get a pillow, put it on your lap. You can do this sitting up on a chair, you don't have to be on the floor like me, and just lay your hand on the pillow and realise that to hold this phone in your hand so you don't drop it, you actually don't have to like grip it like your life depends on it. You can just lay it like that, and then start to, actually, don't look at the phone. Start to just notice your head and neck, and have that idea that I talk about. There's like a magnet in the top of your head. Here, there's a magnet in the ceiling, and there's just this gentle kind of pull. And whatever is in contact with the floor, for me it's my feet. You're going to let that kind of connection that you're making with the floor be like a strong one, almost like you're growing into the floor. And in opposition to that, you're getting tall and your head is growing up to the top. You can only ever have both of those things together. It's like if you don't let your weight go in some way, you can't do the growing. Like if I was holding on to all of my weight to try and grow, it would feel like tense. So now you've got those kind of settings going. Allow yourself to glance down at your phone, but do it so it's only your eyes moving. So I don't want to see anything going on in that neck of yours. So literally, eyes can move. Might feel weird because you're used to sending your head down there. Eyes can move, come back up. Eyes can move, come back up. Eyes can move, come back up to straight, looking straight ahead. Got it? Okay, so you're starting to train yourself that your eyes can actually move independently of your neck. It's nuts, I know, because of course you know that on some level, but we all don't do it that often. We all tend to overdo it and kind of go straight in with our head. So eyes can move, come back up. Eyes can move. Now not only can your eyes move, but also your arm can move with this phone. Again, that's going to feel weird at first because you don't normally do it. But you've got all this freedom, and I warrant if you start to follow your phone around with your eyes and move it in and out, you might find that you can actually read the text on that phone a little bit easier than you thought you could in all sorts of places. So we tend to think that like there's one place where we look at our phone and that's it, but that creates this real rigidity, and this is going to create all sorts of problems for us. We have to remind ourselves that actually we're cool, we can read it all over the shop. I can actually read my phone over there if I wanted to. Obviously I wouldn't do that on a busy street because someone could nick my phone, but it's kind of making you realise that especially when you're at home, when you've got freedom, when you're in your office, that kind of thing, you do not need to permanently be like that, because this is what creates that real frown. It creates those really kind of wobbly eyes, which is going to lead to eye problems, and it creates a kind of tension in your jaw and neck that is not going to be great to have that every time you send a text message. So Relax your hand, remember your eyes can move independently. Use one finger as opposed to like a million, obviously not a million, five, and send a text message in a nice chilled way. And then give yourself a pat on the back because you've just changed how you're doing something, and that is a thing to celebrate.